from SweetHearts Hair. Welcome back to another tutorial with the lovely Bailey. Much anticipated style today. I did it ages ago. Everyone always asks me, and it's the ladder headband braid, but with like a bit of a 60s twist. So, hope you like it. Let's get started. Now, to start this style, Bailey's got kind of like a deep part, but you can definitely do this style just with a normal centre part as well. And because it's like a headband style, we're going to want this sort of braid to sit kind of here. I want it quite far back, and you'll see why, because I want a strip of hair sweeping at the front. So I'm actually going to do the headband quite far back onto the head. So I'll take my first slice down there, and then I'm going to take my second slice. I'm going to leave myself about that much hair at the front. So second slice can go about there. So I'm just popping that bit out the way for now, and I'm just going to put this bit here into an elastic for now as well. And I'm also just for now just going to tie this out my way. So that's my first divide there, guys. So this is the section that we're going to be working with first. This is going to be our braided bit. So with all the back of the hair, just pop this into a ponytail. And you want enough hair, because we're going to be doing some kind of like 60s vibe at the back. So you will need enough hair left out to be able to create that, okay? So it's coming far enough back so you've got nice detail at the front, but still leaving yourself enough hair to sort of play with at the end. So I am just going to be using, guys, to sort of tame any flyaways. You might not see them on camera, but any wispy bits, any flyaways, I'm using my usual, the dry wax spray from Sexy Hair. Bailey's covering a hearing aid up so it doesn't go anywhere near that. Can you see how it's just kind of like made all the hair come into line, and it'll be much easier to work with. So next what we're doing is we're going to be doing a lace braid on this side and then adding into the other side. Sounds complicated, but it's actually not too bad. But I am going to leave out a section of hair all the way down. So sort of here-ish, like so. And that'll be the section that we're adding into afterwards. So just pop that bit out your way for now. We'll work with that bit in a minute. So we're ready to start braiding. I'm going to do a Dutch ladder braid, but if you find that hard, there's lots of tutorials for French ladder braids, so you can have a little look at those if you need to. But it's basically just like you do a normal braid. So I'm taking a slice of hair from the front. And then I want you to divide it into 3, so normal braid like you would. And I kind of want this braid to sit on this part line here, okay, not in the centre. So I'm going to kind of angle my hands that way, so it's a Dutch braid, so underneath the middle, underneath the middle, underneath the middle, like that, okay? Now, the next thing you're going to do is grab a slice of hair and add it into this middle section. But before you do that, this section on the outside here, I'm just going to take a little piece and leave it out. And I'm just going to hook it behind like that. So you're taking a section of hair, like you would a Dutch braids, adding it into that middle section, underneath, scoop up, underneath, and again, I'm going to take on this outside section here, I'm going to take a section of hair, grab hold of it, and it goes out of the way, taking a slice of hair, adding it into that middle section, under it goes, under it goes, and again taking a slice of hair, adding a section into that middle. So it's basically a Dutch braid where you're not adding in from this side and you're remembering just to leave that little slice out. So it's on this outside section here. And then once you get to the bottom, guys, just braid that hair all the way to the end. Pop an elastic in for me, guys. And let's do the other side. So we're just going to release these sections down. And then sometimes it's kind of worth just giving these a little bit of a spray with the wax spray, and it really defines the strands. So we're working on this second piece of hair. I'm just going to ask Bailey if she'll just be so kind as to tilt for a second. So you're going to break into 3 again for me. And this time all you're doing is a Dutch braid, but adding these sections in. So, just tilt for me, Angel, just for a second. So it goes, so this is your middle one, this is your outside one, so it goes underneath the middle, adding that little bit of hair that we left out just to thicken this braid up for us, and you're adding in your ladder, like that. Grab the middle, underneath, underneath, adding in that hair that we left out originally, and taking your ladder and just smooth that ladder bit out there to really make sure that hair's nice and smooth and defined. Just an in-between, some more faithful flame when you're all gone wrong. I wanna be center stage, I wanna be in your spotlight. So the last one's going in there, last little ladder, and then again just braid that down. So we're round to the other side and it's exactly the same, but obviously with a much shorter piece of hair. So don't forget to leave out your little section here that you're going to be adding into. So exactly the same for me, guys. I'll try and bring my hands out the way so you can really see this. So I want the braid to sit on this side, so angle it over here. So this one goes under the middle. This one goes under the middle. Under the middle. And then you're breaking a piece off and it goes out of the way. And now you're going to take a section of hair and add it into that middle section. So just think of a normal Dutch braid or cornrow where you're just leaving out a little bit of hair. Just some after dark, late night party thought, when the night gets lonely, I don't want to be just an in-between, some more faithful flame when you're all gone wrong. I want to be. So add in. Hopefully I didn't forget to leave one out, otherwise we're going to have a rung missing on our ladder and it will really bother me. I don't think I have. Now on the other side I'm going to create like a little rosette with the braids, but on this side, with it being the shorter side, I'm just going to place these underneath, and the way I'm going to secure them is take that elastic out. I'm going to take a little section of hair, take hold of these two braids, and that little section of hair that you left out is acting as an anchor. And as long as you don't make the section too small that you're anchoring to, it won't hurt, won't pull on them at all, just don't make it too little. So for now, I'm just going to pin these braids out of my way. And we're going to work with this section of hair, and I want this section to really sweep across, and we're going to try and cover up this little bit of part line that we can see here. And you're also going to be anchoring this hair underneath as well. So again, you want to take out that section before you start. Okay, so this front section, I want it to be really, really sweeping across. So can you see how I could just take the comb and go like this? Straight across like that. You see how it's not quite as pretty on the front hairline, but if I just get my comb and angle it forward a little bit first and then bring it, it's just creating that much nicer sweep, and then I can work on this bit.
That feels nice.
Does it?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. You see how I'm just working this section here to cover that part line. I don't wanna be just some lovable, available girl wanting you. So I've just worked that hair across. I'm happy with it. Put it behind Bailey's hearing aid there. And then we're going to grab hold of that hair that we left at the back and pinch them together quite firmly, because we don't want that front piece to go all kind of like loose at the front. And that's when you'll put in another elastic. And we're going to do exactly the same. So we're going to sweep that hair. I'm not as bothered about this one kind of coming forward. I don't mind this one coming back. I want to create some kind of like little rosette that just kind of sits about here. So I'm going to take my thin one first, I think. Okay, so this is our braid. And I'm just going to tuck it underneath like that, and the tail will follow suit. There's actually something in Bailey's hair there. I think it might be a bit of like sweetie or something, Boo. Maybe. Like there, can you see? Maybe a bit of honey.
Probably.
Yeah, doesn't matter, does it?
It's probably the yogurt.
Possibly yogurt, guys. That sounds like plausible as well. So, twisting that up. I don't want it to be too big, so I'm not kind of like twisting it up and letting the whole braid sit on the outside. I'm almost folding it over so it's not quite as big, because it could be quite chunky, this could, if we're not careful. And then you're just going to hold that in place, taking a little hair grip or hairpin, just weaving that through. And then we're just going to take the rest of this braid, take it around. I'm going to tuck that under because again I don't want it to be too big. So this bit is optional. Some people were like, no, never do this on a child. Some people were like, oh my gosh, it's so cute for a special occasion. Totally optional. If you don't like this bit, leave it out. But I like it. Obviously, not for school, not for every day, but for, you know, something a bit different.
Like a party. A
party, Boo, yeah, exactly. So you're going to take your first section of hair, because we want to really create this kind of 60s vibe. Don't just hold it in that angle. You need to overextend. Can you lift your chin up a little bit, Boo? Thank you. So really overextend the first few pieces. Spray your spray, so it could be back comb spray. This is a clay spray. So overextend, and let's get this back comb in.
just an in-between, some more faithful flame when you're all gone.
So again with this section I'm going to over extend it, pushing that hair forward to really try and create this lovely rounded look that I'm after at the top. And the thing is with back comb, guys, it's so much easier to go a bit overboard and brush it out than it is to sort of not quite do enough and try and create it afterwards. So definitely go a bit OTT, and then it's easy to brush out if you don't like it that big. Anybody that's worried about damaging hair? One, I don't use a sticky spray, so it's just a little bit of clay spray. And I'm also not taking my comb up and down the section like that, okay? I'm literally just pushing the comb down so it's concertina in the hair. So then later on, even without washing it very, very gently, I can just brush that back out again. So if you do your back comb carefully, it's not going to cause any damage, and just be very, very gentle as you're brushing it out later on. So just gently, oh, are you under there, Bailey?
No.
Have I lost you?
Yeah.
So just gently pull this back comb back the right way. Whoop, there we go.
I can see.
You can see again. This is a miracle. And then what I'm going to do, because I don't want to take out any of the back comb yet, I might brush it down a bit. I'm just using the metal bit of my comb. Feels like you're not getting anywhere, but you do. Just persevere for a few minutes.
I don't wanna be just some after dark, late night party thought when the night gets lonely. I don't wanna be just an in-between, some more faithful flame when you're all gone wrong. I wanna be center stage, I wanna be in your spot.
So that is mine and Bailey's tutorial finished, and we're going to do a little spin for you so you can see all angles.
What they're looking at when they say I wanna love like that. I wanna be.
Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bailey did an awesome job as per usual. I'll see you next week for another video. Don't forget to comment, like and subscribe. Bye!
Bye.